penis weeds.
I'm not even a fan,
but it's on.
It's gonna get violent.
Hi, we're a stupid production company that doesn't even have a printer's name. Got a printer. And tonight's edition, just some dumb sluts named Total Wolf. We're bringing to you live.
Hey, Jimmy.
How are you, fellas?
Pretty good, bud.
Where the hell did you guys come from?
Here.
I know that.
Medicine Hat, Alberta.
How long ago?
What, 4 years ago? 3 years ago?
Three.
3 years ago.
Three. Fuck. Nice. And, how did you come to be? I realize our scene is very incestuous, but how did...
A lack of choice of people to play with
Oh,
amongst a group of friends, I guess, if you will.
And then put down with a bunch of people I didn't care for.
Looking for a band to play in, really. It was just kind of happened.
Yep.
Everyone needing something.
We were a group of guys that had all played in metal bands with each other. You could
That's
fucking
not
connect
true.
that maze, except for you. You were
What are you
excluded
talking
slightly. But for the most part,
Well,
this
that
side of the couch
coast.
at, and we all wanted to start punk bands, and then we finally got a punk drummer.
Yeah.
That wasn't Chad, and busy with 10 fucking
For
projects.
the record, I am the outsider, not from Medicine Hat.
Yeah.
How I'm here, I don't know.
Well, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna be embarrassed if I'm wrong, but you three were in Strange Animal.
No, just me and Bart were.
Just you and Bart.
Yeah, so that was when I first.
Am I wrong? Your first show was opening for SNFU?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, God, suck a dick. Fuck you. Who the fuck does that happen to? Oh my
I remember
God.
having similar conversations.
You have a very unique chemistry. And me and Bart were talking, I was talking to somebody about how Medicine Hat is I like a lot of the bands because we're kind of past ever being rock stars or getting groupies or any of that crap.
How do you do that in Medicine Hat?
Not very excited by that. We're a band of four guys who play music that's aggressive, but oddly enough, we're actually really all good friends and not aggressive.
No, it's always fun at work when they're like, "What are you doing your off time?"
Not golf. I think you guys got like a really solid arrow. Like Total Wolf is a band I think that can stand up to any other band out there.
Oh, we'll fuck them up.
Oh, you guys are nuts. You're fucking banter. I don't even understand what planet you're from sometimes. and you're the only band I've seen outdo the Dwarves as far as when I was scared. Return of the Browns, Captain's Kevin.
I remember that
I
show.
like permanent negative reputation with the cab company that night. I shit you not. When we left that show, me and a friend of mine, we were just going home, and this cabbie took us for drunken fools and went on like a fucking crazy ass route home. So we called him out immediately. And he did not enjoy that.
But were you drunken fools?
Oh yes, definitely.
I gotta say, that's one of the best nights of my life.
Oh,
Oh, it was a good
And
time.
everyone's life.
I forgot we were having an interview.
No, but that's the point. Fuck the interview. We're chatting. No, really. All it is it's just uncomfortably that you're staring at me and I'm staring at you. And
Okay, Cyclops lady's starting to bug me.
Throw it at
with
us,
Total
man.
Wolf,
Fuck,
Bad boy.
there's an ambience to the name. Is that what? I'm just curious. Is that kind of why you chose it? And I know the movies you're into and stuff. I wondered Teen Wolf and stuff, but the way it works with the designs you've made and stuff, like graphically and that, like Total Wolf, man, fuck. So just what made you come up with it other than that you're a bunch of fucking heathens?
There was like a huge list of band names.
Like any-
Jeff comes up with band names like
Power
crazy.
this!
So there was this huge list of band names coming out. And
Power
like
Fist?
I fucking
I don't
love
know.
Wolves, and then I saw Total Wolf. And I'm like, that is the most
Oh, fuck,
powerful
that just-
band name
that
I've
just
seen
stood
in
out.
a
It's
while.
fucking
It just
great.
stood out, yeah. It was like, boom, there it is. And that's what you wait for, right?
And it's either
I've
like
been through this before. What's the,
the other thing I
hardest
love about
fucking
it.
thing to do in a band? Always. But
oh
anyway.
god.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it works.
Like it's.
But it really encompasses your personalities though too. Like when
The
you
other
put the four of you
funny thing
together.
is like you get all sorts of conversation about it. What the fuck is Total Wolf mean? It means nothing.
To me, it's releasing everything. It's fucking going total
Yeah,
wolf.
fucking
It's
total
just
wolf.
fucking just.
I think it's beautiful.
It's my other personality.
Yeah.
My other life outside of my family, right? It's my release from any tensions throughout the day or whatever. It's the passion, the love that I've had for years and years and years, right? And yeah, the name is just fits the bill.
And although there's a lot of like, you guys are a very comedic band. I don't mean that rudely. Then what I love is that a lot of your songs really are savage. Yeah, they actually are very savage.
Super sad. If they came off in any other tone, we'd be like a fucking diss band.
Somehow you managed to blend white and black and not make gray.
There's no reason to take our music seriously.
Because at the same time, it's fucking whoa.
We have songs about like
It's
actual
true.
things,
Yeah.
but they're not taken as seriously as like, you know, like don't need to write a song like Donald Trump's an idiot. Everybody fucking
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean.
Tell
So
someone
instead,
else.
take that aggressive feeling that you get about Donald Trump being an idiot and turn it into something that's a little bit more reflective to being a middle-aged man in Medicine Hat.
I'm gonna guess here that you guys just have no end game. Take it where it goes.
Yeah.
'Cause you guys have released a lot of songs.
Yes.
I mean, we've been a band for 3 years, and we have our third record almost written. The
Two
first,
songs shy. I think.
yeah, the first 2 albums are come and gone, but
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you had the restrictions that you had to go through, right? There was.
but what I'm getting at, like, we started writing the third album in June,
Yeah.
and there's been pretty significant lockdown in that period, and we've got what, like 12 songs.
Oh man, I've heard them, and they're fucking great.
Don't fucking rest, but just fucking go all the times, right?
Full beast mode.
There ain't no fucking.
man.
There's no sitting
Oh, man.
back.
Well, I'll be the
Like
first
Jeff
one to
said.
say, like, the world does not need
I saw
the world does
that.
not need Total Wolf. Well, I'll tell you right now, the world does not need Total Wolf.
No.
However, I need Total Wolf.
Yeah.
I need Total Wolf.
I feel like these 2 guys need Total Wolf as well because
Yeah.
we're gonna go fucking crazy.
Yeah. So,
Some sort of outlet. I'm not going to the
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
gym and wow.
So where do you envision yourselves going?
I want to go everywhere across the prairie.
Just grab your hat, we'll travel like that's old style.
Like that's my thing. Like
Oh,
I
do you
love
mean, like,
prairie
where do we
punk.
want?
Yeah.
Do you mean,
Oh.
like, where do we want to play?
there's
like,
no
You guys have
ending.
an accumulation of great music.
Yeah.
Your lives are as they are. The music is your releases. So you really are like a powder keg floating in the water. Like
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like where do you envision yourself exploding?
Whatever prairie punk bar wants to have us for a night.
Absolutely.
And I just want to drink
Yeah.
a bunch of beers and fucking
Yeah.
play some punk rock.
Whatever little adventure, eh?
Yeah.
I think I was
honestly, like,
confusing the question with what our expectations are. In
Oh,
a sense, like of where we thought we were gonna go, or where we're going.
Yeah.
did you have expectations for you?
No.
No, like
No, I figured
Just
no.
wanted to play music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for the love, always.
Yeah, I mean, like I said kind of earlier, like if you have expectations of anything other than having a good time, then you're performing the wrong genre of music.
Well, and I mean, especially in the situations that we are all in. I mean, like,
Yeah.
we're like the most anti-fucking punk rock band that plays punk rock music in the
Yeah.
entire world. Like, we all work like fucking blue
9 to 5
collar,
jobs.
like not even blue collar jobs, like
Yeah.
fucking white collar jobs,
Yeah.
damn near. Like
Families.
yeah, like Bart is the closest to blue collar we have. I'm a fucking banker. You're a finance manager. You do money shit. Like
Look, within all of that, though, you end up writing songs that resonate.
yeah, because
With
we do that for
people.
a job.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
You see, like,
fuck, man.
I guess
Neil
that's the
sent your
fun
album
part about
release
doing
and
these, like,
dudes
jobs
love it.
where you work with, like, fucking people all day, in and out, is you see the best and the worst of everybody, right?
But there is, like, when you listen to you guys' songs, there's a certain, like, for the listener,
Yeah.
a certain, like, release.
What I love about it is, like, you can go from, like, somebody that's, like, you know, a punk fan, you know,
Mohawk
you go,
punk.
yeah, right? But then I can also, like, talk to, like, my fucking who, like, will say something that he doesn't mean to, like, piss me off. But he'll be like, oh, man, I liked your album a lot. It sounded like Green Day. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know? But at the same time, I'm like,
Never.
I know that we're, like, slightly accessible enough that, like, the dude that has no idea what to compare it to is like, oh, yeah, I liked that. You know? And that makes me happy,
Well,
too.
that's
Like,
his,
that's his comparison base.
yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly, right? Like, that's his baseline of what he compares stuff to.
Yeah.
It's like in growing up, you know, you grew up in the 90s and, oh, you play punk rock? Yeah, I love Metallica.
What?
Yeah. See, everybody's got, like, their own baseline.
Did you ever expect, though, that, like, you would go on to do what you do with music?
It was pretty rad to me, like, joining bands, like, so obviously the Browns had a presence when I was in high school. Like, I remember seeing you guys at, like, the fucking Marcel Cafe.
Fucking
for fuck's
Tony
sakes.
Hawk, broski.
And then, like,
What is it?
right out of high school, Herd of Waster started. And I'll never forget Merv bringing home the fucking Herd of Waster's place when we lived with Blake. Or LP when he lived with Blake and we were too fucking stupid to run a record player. And we played it.
on the wrong speed.
Yeah, like a speed. So that one runs at 45, I believe. If I'm not the gatefold, that runs at 45, right?
First off, who does a gatefold 7-inch?
You guys do, and I love it. Just
Did I ever tell you that
Yeah.
turned into, like, a saying amongst our friends?
Yeah, it did actually.
Yeah. Did I tell you?
No.
Yeah, I forgot, yeah, at Hell Track practice.
Hell track days, yeah.
Hell Track days, every time something would be happening, like, be like,
Oh.
Merv, can you pass me that beer? Yeah, you wanna have a beer? Yeah. Just one guy having a real good time. Everything was like,
Everything came out of that.
That's awesome.
every single thing you'd be like, hey, do you wanna go see, like, a movie on Friday night? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, it'd be two guys just having a real good time.
We are two wild and crazy
The fucking experience of that recording for that record is phenomenal. Something I'll never forget. It was
Got it
fucking...
right out of control.
Jeff Casey is the birth of Wasted Wax Records. In a nutshell. If you want to go to
You nuts.
the origin, that was it right there. Boom.
It's a lot of pressure.
I think you have a bigger impact than you realize.
So,
He does.
But fuck, man, like it is true. I don't think people realize when they see you that they're talking like to someone that I don't know, kind of a deal.
Jeff starts every conversation with like, "Hey, you wear with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Underground too?"
No,
Wasn't that the first one?
I thought it was.
I always forget which
Oh, was
one.
it the first one? Oh my god!
When at the end level Kiss comes out.
Yeah.
Right.
So how did that go down?
They just emailed me.
So you got an email from
Activision.
and they asked.
Well, I had actually just released an acoustic record, and they emailed me and they're like, "Yeah, we put out video games. We want to use one of your songs on their video game." And I was like, "The fucking video game wants to use like an acoustic song, right?" Like, and they're like, "No, sorry, we mean."
This seems
Yeah, and they're like, "No, sorry, it's on the same label as you. We mean the Browns." And I'm like, "Well, oddly enough, I'm in that band too." And then I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Because at that point, I was like, "I'm getting."
I'm being punked.
And then they were like, well, we make these video games for this guy named Tony Hawk. And I was like,
Heard of him?
yeah, I know who Tony Hawk is.
Are you believing this at all at this point?
No. And I just kept saying, yeah, go ahead and use the song. And they'd be like, well, there's channels that we need to do, and like legal dumb stuff that I play this type of music.
Use
so, like,
the
only-
fucking song.
Yeah, like the types of things that like I play this kind of music so I don't have to deal with that kind of stuff in my like fun part of my life. And after several emails of me saying just use the song and them sending back like contracts and stuff, I was like, man, you gotta talk to the record label. I don't know what any of this is. So I turned it around and sent it to them. And our payment was a bunch of money and 4 copies.
Really?
Which was nice.
That's pretty cool.
It's a sick game.
Yeah, it's good.
It's one of my favorites.
I almost like the fact that you're on it more than the game.
Well, I know.
Honestly.
Well, like, how sick was that though? Like, as like a skateboarder in Medicine Hat, I like love the games, and then you're like, oh, like a fucking like more or less
way.
local band is on the game, like,
Yeah.
because Calgary to us was local.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, and like we got like some recognition out of it and stuff, which was pretty sweet.
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
Oh man.
So
Yeah. Fucking right. Like I said, like it's such a rabbit hole you love.
Well, 4 years old, sitting around. When did it happen? What sets you off on a musical magical mystery tour
That's a
of
good
music?
question.
I'd say that the first time that I decided I wanted to play in a band was probably seeing SNFU live for the first time, seeing Chai Pig.
Mm.
I was like, I want to be a fucking singer in a band.
It gave you the vibe.
Years ago, Helltrack played with SNFU at the Royal.
No.
Hilton.
Oh wait, the first time.
Hilton, not the Royal, the Hilton.
That was the second time.
Second time, yeah. And
I think I was at that show.
Chai came up to me that night, and he said to me, I can't remember exactly, I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, you have it. He's like, not everybody has it, but he's like, you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's like the biggest compliment us little Alberta punks.
Yeah. When SNFU was not a band and the Wheat Chiefs were a band, and I've told you guys this story. A Skin Barn, Wheat Chiefs, I think it was Skin Barn, Wheat Chiefs and Doughboys. And it was the first time I was ever going to get to see the Doughboys. I've seen them several times since then. But it's the first time I was ever going to get to see them, and I was like 13, I think, at the time. And so there was these skinheads in the pit who, instead of, because since you couldn't stage dive, they were basically picking up people and throwing them into the crowd, so you could like kind of like ride the pit, so to speak. So they threw me in the air. I'll never forget. It was during Redeem by the Wheat Chiefs, and I was so fucking little, and they threw me so high in the air. I came down like head first, and I hit like, if this was the barrier, I hit like with my wrists and my head against the barrier, and the Wheat Chiefs had to stop playing, and they brought out a stretcher, and they took me to the hospital.
No way.
And I had both my arms broken. I had 2 casts. My hands were like this for like
Fucking Wheat Chiefs!
for the Wheat Chiefs. Yeah, never got to see the Doughboys that night because
Oh,
I had to call my
yeah.
mom from the fucking hospital when I was like 13 years old, and she was like, "You're never seeing bands again."
Yeah, that's not a fucking.
Yeah. So,
Grade 4. Kiss, actually. A little bit your genre nowadays, the glam side of. They're labeled as metal. I don't know, or
I was just thinking.
they got some
Oh,
like
man,
they're
rock and roll.
They're nothing
Oh,
but
man.
riffs.
They're-
Like, that's what
Party
Kiss
today.
is. They're fucking riffs.
their
and
riffs
records.
are fucking punk as shit,
Yeah.
man. That's why we cover it.
But so is Motorhead, right?
Oh yeah,
Like,
fuck.
a lot of those
Oh
bands.
fuck.
There's always gonna be
Anyway,
that crossover.
so grade 4, yeah, and I don't know. It wasn't. It's not that I fell in love with Peter Criss. Like it was Gene Simmons. Like it was
Yeah,
Gene
yeah.
Simmons. Like it was
Definitely
more of
fucked
his
every cat's
theatrical
off,
part
right?
of his show that got me into music
Well, he knows how to
itself.
sell shit.
Yeah,
Like
well, yeah,
Well, I don't
Yeah,
mean like.
anyway.
I mean himself.
yeah.
That's
Aside,
how-
and aside from that, like it was just I felt the beat for drums, right? So that's I went 2 years, I think, in school band. At the time, I went from Kiss to thrash. A lot of Anthrax.
Good band.
Yeah, and in metal, and
The band that will sue us if we say their name.
the turning point to punk for me was I kind of just fell into a new group of friends or whatever, and I was still kind of thrashing. They were straight punk, and SNFU was thrash was kind of just left to the wayside, and punk rock evolved there, and I don't know, yeah, the Epitaph years and on, but Bad Brains, Minor Threat, those were my fucking driving points for drumming.
And that's intense bands too.
But no, for me it was my dad, and it was just like, learn how to do it yourself. Here you go.
Was there anything, do you recall, along the journey from then to now, where, like, you owned it? Because you definitely sound like you when you play.
It's just from the musical
Influence and...
Steve Harris. I'm gonna say it. I don't care what you guys say. Mark Hoppus.
Is that the guy from Blank?
Yeah. Him. Steve Harris. Les Claypool.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. I've got influence.
Les fucking
that dude's
Les Claypool.
so fucking weird.
I listen to a
Awesome.
lot of Primus. Primus. Yeah, it's just
Such a wild trio that you just listed there. You just listed like two mind-bending bass players and like one guy that was like there.
I think we should have a cheer for Merv's dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh boy.
Whoa! He created a monster. He created a monster!
Colton, let's hear your story.
So not only do you come from a line of nobility.
I don't want to like brag, but like as far
brag
as like
away.
medicine hat like music goes, as far as I'm concerned, I'm from like fucking royalty. Like,
You are.
when I have uncles on one side that play music like constantly and can play whatever fucking instrument you got. I got uncles on the other side that are showing me all the best punk rock. How the fuck do I not? And all I wanted to do was play in a punk rock band. But whatever.
You guys got a place that I don't think that anyone can really touch you.
We're a mix of all kinds of emotions.
Neil has been sending your albums out with like skateboards and stuff.
If I fucking
Maybe
saw a skate video one day that I just happened to like stumble upon online that had a total wolf video behind it, I would be so goddamn jazzed. Like literally probably jack off.
I can't see it not happening. Oh man. Skateboarding.
Skateboarding. Break some bones.
Emma's question gonna make you feel alright. Emma's question is gonna shed some light.
Okay, so first of Emma's questions is what a terrible band.
You're entering a world of pain.
What do you know that you can do that you can teach me?
Carpentry.
Why carpentry would not have been
Yeah,
my
we
first
talked
answer.
about that, didn't we?
Well, yeah, but like a young girl, like my first answer is not fucking carpentry.
You can teach her how to drive.
Yeah, like exactly. Like when I think about the worldly things that like men are pigs, you know, all this other shit. Like carpentry is not the first thing that I think of.
Teach her how to shred cheese properly.
Right? Like teach her how to skateboard. Like that's rad.
There you go.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
yeah.
there you
Female
go.
skaters are rad now. They're fucking
calculus.
Calculus. Perfect.
I can't say calculus. When have you ever used calculus in your life?
I don't even know what that means.
Exactly. Like I don't understand calculus at all. That's bullshit.
I teach her how to play Smoke on the Water.
That is way more valuable than fucking calculus.
That's
in
what
my
I
opinion.
He's
Because like, what cover bar does not want to hear Smoke on the Water?
Yeah, that's
I
actually,
changed
Like
my
that
answer.
is like a guaranteed $50.
I'll
If
teach
you
her-
play- if you can play Smoke on the Water,
Hey,
$50.
I'm changing my answer. I'll teach her how to play Smoke on the Water.
Definitely.
To answer this question honestly, though, to be independent, just DIY, man.
What's the best thing that happened to you lately?
Being able to jam.
Yeah.
Oh, that has been a fucking
Yeah, being able to
godsend.
jam again has been really good.
That has been a real godsend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, just being able to play music again with my best friends.
However,
yeah.
at the same time, if you haven't been able to do what you love to do, hang
Bart's
in
gonna
there,
bring the downside.
hang in there, and it'll come.
You know something? Even though you're all heathen total wolves, this next question is kind of interesting. Remember, it's coming from a kid.
What do you do when you're feeling sad?
So
Oh, I pray to the wolves, obviously.
You.
Yeah, I mean, you just cry to the wolves out my
I thought you
backyard.
said pee on the wall.
No, I said pray to them.
I listen
And then
to
when I go to the backyard and howl like a wolf, my dog, along with the rest of the wolves in the area, which there are many, will all howl. We'll be in unison. All
If I were to give advice to a child, I would say to talk about it. That's what I do. No, and honestly, I think it is for the best. It releases. It doesn't, the bottle is only so big. You can only fit so much in there.
Yeah.
You don't want to break the bottle. You want to let it out.
I disagree. Just continue to be sad.
We're gonna answer Emma's questions.
Thank you for the questions, Emma.
Yes.
Oh yeah, man. Like,
Thank you for the question.
it's been a
I'd like to interview you.
outrageously fun night.
Thank you, Total Wolf.
Thanks for asking us a bunch of questions. It was
Yeah, fucking thanks for
What happened?
It's all wonderfully useless, but entertaining, and it's good to know about it all.
Once and all, as the winds also strike